Alright, hello and welcome to LGL Season 4 Team Building and Analysis, and now we are on to Week 2 up against Billette, who beat Pratty pretty handily, 3-0 in the first match. And his team has definitely shown to have a good amount of threats on it. Alright, so first Pokemon on my team, it's going to be Ponyta, but this time running a Life Orb Flame Body set that's special. So we can get a really good Hidden Power Grass on Tortuga. Tortuga might be looking to Shell Smash on Ponyta, thinking I ain't got much other than, Wild Charge or something. But instead we'd stay in, hit it with the Hidden Power Grass, or a Hypnosis on something that I can't really deal with. Maybe put something like Totodile to sleep early. Maybe a Drillbur. Yeah, put Drillbur to sleep. And then start hitting it up with some really powerful special moves. Overheat probably does. Oops, didn't want that. Had the damage calculator already open. What's this do into your average? Drillbur. Offensive Rapid Spin sounds good. Now that is a lot of damage. Alright. Cutiefly, Apom, Pumpkaboo, Drillbur, Tortuga, Taillow would not be surprising to see. I think that's pretty similar to what he brought Week 1. Well, except for the whiter Fennekin set that with Magician, that was absolutely fantastic that he brought last week. Quite impressive, I must say. So, definitely if I see Fennekin, I'm going to be quite wary of it. Speaking of Fennekin, this set kind of loses to it, but it's not too big of a concern. I can try to put it to sleep. Flame Body to punish Contact, of course. Alright, next Water Bubble or the Dewpider. Just some webs, and, pretty good attacker. Surf is going to be doing a lot of damage to things. Giga Drain for Tortuga, Ice Beam, and, of course, the webs. Those fantastic webs. They can be a game saver, so I might try to use them this week. Hopefully to good effect. Boing the Natu, just to prevent any hazards from going up on my side. It's kind of as a deterrent and also a really strong special attacker. It can just do a lot of damage to things and then have the opportunity to pivot out with U-turn, so... it's not too difficult of a set to understand, but it does good against some stuff. Can probably live a good hit from Cutiefly, can beat Pumpkaboo, and then does good against some of his slower attackers like Teddiursa and Totodile, and then can also hit up Drillbur and Tortuga for pretty fat damage. Rocky, running the same set as last week. Didn't really see a need for a different set. I think this does pretty good against all his Pokemon. Pumpkaboo, definitely the one the set is worst against, but otherwise it's pretty good overall. I could maybe put Protect over Stealth Rock, but I think having rocks up on his field, on his side of the field would be good. I would break a Sturdy on Tortuga. If Zorua tries to disguise itself as like Drillbur or something, and it takes normal damage from rocks, I could very easily figure it out. It's also nice just to break maybe a Sash on Cutiefly. And just general chip damage is always good. It would also do good to Taillow, since that set can be quite scary. With the Boom Burst Brave Bird mixed attacker. But, yeah, overall, Onix, it's a pretty safe bring. Skiddo is where we get a bit riskier. My more defensive Pokemon just running all types of bulk on it. Milk Drink Toxic, nice recovery plus passive damage. Horn Leech for... Obviously I need an attacking move, and Leech Seed just so I can sit here and mess with Pokemon. I think this set is really, really powerful against Tortuga. Don't know if he could OHKO me at +2, I highly doubt it. Then I would just hit him with a Horn Leech. The worst would be he knocks me off. But I don't really think he'll expect Skiddo. It doesn't seem like something you'd really put too much thought into. Like you'll have one or two things for it, but I've got high hopes for this set, and this is my main thing to stop Tortuga. And then we have Baby Shrek. Initially I had this as Inner Focus with Belly Drum, but I switched it over to Choice Scarf just so I can have better speed on my team. I can outspeed Talo pretty handily, unless Talo's Scarf, but then it doesn't hit as hard. So it's a little less threatening. Let's see, on his team this takes care of stuff like Pumpkaboo, Zorua, Apom, which are good threats in their own right. Also takes care of Cutiefly and Drillbur. Barring any of these being Scarfed, but not a lot of these want to be Scarfed. Maybe Drillbur would be the best Scarfer out of all of those, but... yeah, not a lot of good Scarfers on his team. Like Zorua, I don't think you want it to be choice locked unless it's Specs. Apom, I think is better as a Life Orb, because it's already pretty fast, and same with Cutiefly. You want to be able to switch up moves. But yeah, that is the team. Didn't need to spend too much time explaining the team build, I don't think. None of the items are really difficult to understand. It's all just a Life Orb, Berry Juice, or Choice Scarf and a Violate, so pretty common items overall. I think it's going to be, like, my prediction for the battle is that it's going to be tough. If Tortuga doesn't show up, I think that's a net positive, even though I have a lot of the team, like, meant to preventing Tortuga sweeping. I think he's going to get trapped into bringing some of these high tiers. Like, I don't see these two ever coming. LGM's just not good. No. It's just a lot of mediocre Pokemon. I still think he should have picked up a Probopass and Grace. But, yeah, Drillbur and Tortuga, they're definitely threatening. But I think Life Orb Ponyta can really clean up in the late game, if it gets an opening. So, just wanted to try out a little bit of heat with the special Ponyta. You don't see that kind of thing a lot. And then also bringing Skiddo, just for a really good defensive Pokemon. This probably beats Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo small, super. I like that. Yeah, it does a good amount of damage. I'll give it that. But if I can get a Toxic on it early on, that's no investment. But, eh. It has to hit Fire Blast, and that's not always the easiest thing to do. But I've got plenty of stuff for Pumpkaboo, like Natu and then Ponyta take care of it quite handily. Along with this, and this doesn't, I don't think, loses to it. Well, maybe. No, it's got Ice Beam. So, yeah, basically everything can take care of Pumpkaboo for Skiddo and Rocky. And this could sweep in its own right. I don't expect it to, but it could. If Tortuga's gone, or Apom's gone, it can sweep. Definitely don't want to see webs go up on my side, but if webs go up on both sides, it's pretty much even then. But yeah, that's going to be the team, and basically just cut to the battle, and hope we win it. Alright, and here we are with the battle. Unfortunately, because we didn't end up battling at the original time, I kind of forgot to hit start record, and so I didn't actually get the live reaction for the battle, but it was pretty short, so I don't think you missed a lot of, like, actual witty commentary for it, so we're just going to go over it. Like I said, not very long. You'll probably tell by the length of the video, so let's get started. Start off with a Drillbur against Onix. So I'm thinking here, just, alright, I know he can knock off, or at least I'm 99% sure it gets knock off, but I think setting up rocks here will help so I can break Tortuga's sturdy, and just do some really good chip damage to basically everything else. So I was willing to lose my juice here, but instead, Taunt. I was pretty surprised to see that. I didn't know Drillbur got Taunt. That's not really something you see very often. So I was definitely taken aback a little bit. But I decided, why don't we get out of here, you know. Might as well, you know, I don't really care if this loses the Eviolite. I'm not too concerned. Might as well go into a good matchup and fire off a pretty strong grass move. But then, oh, okay. Now, pretty crafty Zorua set there, so I'm switching out into Dewpider so I didn't take, like, a really hard fire attack. Because I think Zorua gets Burning Jealousy, and then he goes into Talo. I'm like, well, shit, I gotta go into Onix. Yeah, and I get absolutely smacked up by a Brave Bird. But I'm pretty sure I live a Boom Burst, even though I have fairly weak special defense. It's still not too bad, plus the resist. A lot of recoil there. But then, the dreaded, the hidden power. You always forget about it. And hidden power watered, I believe he said it was. Yeah. Decided to U-turn here. I thought it was the best overall play as long as it hit, and Zora was gone, so that's always nice. I just went out into Ponyta. Kinda knew Tortuga was coming in here, but I had a plan for it. Hit the Hypnosis. So I was pretty thrilled about that. I was a special Ponyta, so I could just... What I was going to do after that was use a flamethrower on it just to do a little bit of chip and break sturdy, and then smack it up with the Hidden Power Grass to finish it off. But, Lumberry. Now, he said it was for Will-O-Wisp, and I understand that. I just usually, I really like Sturdy Juice Tortuga. I think it's probably the best Sturdy Juicer in the tier. Pretty close to Onix. It's probably the best offensive Sturdy Juicer. Skiddo comes in. Sets up rocks here, pretty interesting play. Pretty safe, because I mean, no way I was going not to. Luckily only got hit 2 times there. And then Tortuga's down. But unfortunately, you may realize this team is pretty weak to Talo now. Yeah, Aipom comes in just to fake me out, get enough chip just to guarantee a kill. I think it already killed regardless, but better to be safe than sorry, Darumaka Galar comes in, and now that Aipom, that's not a Violite. It just lives an Ice Punch from Hustle, and I'm adamant, like 99% sure I was adamant. So yeah, Aipom just took that. I was quite surprised by it. It was apparently Protective Pads to beat Flamebody Ponyta, which isn't too bad. I think maybe a Lumberry would have been slightly better. No, yeah, Lumberry wouldn't have been better, because Protective Pads would protect you from everything. Yeah, but then that wouldn't have protected you from just a Will-O-Wisp, so I think it's 50-50 whether or not Lumberry's better than Protective Pads there. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered. Actually, Lumberry would have protected from a freeze as well. And then he just knocks off my Choice Scarf, and U-turns to kill. And as you can see, this team really can't defend against a Tail right here. I was a Life Orb not to, just to get some more offensive pressure on stuff like Pumpkaboo. Looking back, probably could have made it a Violite, but I already used both of them, so maybe Scarf not to would have been good. Yeah, and then I'm just cleaned up by Talo. So yeah, not too much to that battle, only 16 turns. I think last week's was 30-something, if I remember, like 31, 32 against Hydreigon, but yeah, definitely unfortunate. I just forgot to prep for Talo. I was prepping for all the big things. I mean, if you watched the team building part, then you probably saw that. But yeah, that's about it. Next week we'll be going up against Kyber, so I'm looking forward to that. I have a couple plans for that battle. Definitely going to be a bit difficult. Now, cannot fall to 1 and 2. It's pretty crucial. I really want to get up to 2 and 1, and hopefully if I get to 2 and 1, 1 or 2 more wins will clinch playoffs. So that's it for this one. Stay thick and safe, everybody, and I will see you next time.